Ludicrous Feed is proudly sponsored by Hankook, Ion Tyres specially designed for electric vehicles, PowerShop for day or night EV charging plans, and Carloop, data to empower Australia's EV revolution.
Hey everyone, I'm Tom, this is Joy.
Hello.
And guess who's back in the BEV space in Australia? It is the Nissan Ariya that we are reviewing today here in Sydney. Let's go check it out. Okay, so the Nissan Ariya in Australia comes in 4 variants. 3 of them are front-wheel drive, and then the E-Force top variant is all-wheel drive. The car in front of us right now is the Advance Plus, which is the top spec front-wheel drive vehicle. Last week we had the E-Force all-wheel drive, so we'll talk about that as well throughout the video. Pricing is anywhere from $55,840 before on-road costs, all the way up to $71,840 for the E-Force top spec, at about $5,000 to $6,000 on top of each variant for driveway pricing in New South Wales. Output is 160 kilowatts to 320 kilowatts total, depending on the variant, and 300 newton meters of torque. 0 to 100 in 5.6 seconds for the E-Force all-wheel drive. And this car is 8.1 seconds for the front-wheel drive Advance Plus, you can see there. Battery is 63 kilowatt hours for the lower spec ones to 87 kilowatt hours for this car and the all-wheel drive vehicle. WLTP range of 385 to 504 kilometers, depending on the variant. And this car can charge at 22 kilowatts with an option added. The E-Force can definitely charge at 22. Otherwise, it's 7.4 kilowatt single phase for the other variants. It can charge a DC of 130 kilowatts. It's a 4.595 meter length vehicle, so slightly smaller than the mid-size EVs on the market at the moment. It has a curbside weight of 1.9 to 2.2 tons depending on the variant, and has a 5-star NCAT rating as well from 2022. Okay, so the Nissan Ariya 2022 vehicle, as I said, it was launched in the domestic market in Japan in 2021, only reached export markets worldwide in 2022, and in 2025 we finally have the Nissan Ariya 3 years later.
I feel like 3 years is a really long time in the EV world.
Yeah, definitely a long time. And if you read the articles as to why Nissan delayed this car in Australia, well, they said that our market in Australia wasn't ready for this car 3 years ago.
Okay, but I kind of feel like they took what happened with the Nissan Leaf, which was really early for its time, and used like a completely different charger from everybody else. And I think maybe they thought that that same thing was going to happen with this, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I can see their point of view, because 3 years ago it was a very different market, right? So prices were a lot higher. Like the Model Y, it was kind of just released. It was about $70,000 drive away. I think the Nissan Ariya, the way it is spec'd now, would have been a very similar price. And there wasn't much else on the market. The Chinese vehicles weren't here yet. Atto 3 had just launched from BYD. You don't get the choice that we do now. So I can see the point of view, but then again, now in 2025, you know, as I said, a lot of Chinese cars are now on the market, so it's competing with all those cars.
I mean, I think if you rewind 3 years ago, and it's like, if you have a choice between a Model Y, an Atto 3 and this, I think having only 3 choices, this would have been like a more known name. I think now there's, you know, I could probably list you like 10 or 12 cars, you know, that this would be competing against with now.
And honestly, it's a decent looking vehicle. I quite like the look of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I haven't moved from this angle, because it still looks...
No, it's a nice shot. It really is. And it's a nice, you know, aero shape as well. Nice fastback at the back. And yeah,
it's angular without looking ugly.
Yeah.
Yep.
And of course, Nissan being a legacy brand, quite well known, people may want to buy a Japanese brand over a Chinese brand.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. So I don't know. We can debate till the cows come home as to whether Nissan should have delayed it or not. But anyway, here it is. The other thing though is that you have to know before you buy this vehicle is that Nissan have announced that they're launching the 2026 mid-cycle refresh next year. So the question is whether you buy this car or wait potentially a year for the new one to come to our market again. That is the question.
But when they say a new one's coming out, you never know with these things.
Yeah, especially Australia, right? Yeah. Especially Nissan, they're going to delay it again. Let's have a look at the boot. Oh, rear wiper too, so that's good. Look, as we'll go through the car, like all the things you need for a mid-size SUV or a small mid-size SUV is here. You're not leaving wanting that much in terms of convenience and features. Software is another issue, but we'll talk about that very shortly.
So,
extra space.
Which we've kind of come to expect.
Yeah.
Certain, you know, layout with these sort of small to mid-size SUVs,
That's right.
isn't it?
Yeah, it meets a lot of expectations.
Is that the granny charger?
It is the 10 amp charger, yes. Jim's test and tag, I love that.
Of the lawn mowing, like.
Oh, well, they franchise a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is that a Type 2 charger I see there?
Believe so. Let me just organise this, which you can obviously take off and have extra space, extra depth of space.
And if you were to take out the parcel shelf, I reckon you could actually fit a large dog.
That's right, I'll check that in a second. So that's the Type 2 cable. So again, as I said, 22 kilowatt three-phase charging, so that is a big benefit. So this comes off quite easily. And yeah, extra space there if you need it. And it's a hard shell as well.
Yep.
So good for privacy. And easy to put on. You know, sometimes you got to struggle with clipping it and whatnot. This sort of.
I mean, that's what the Japanese are good at. They're good at design and engineering.
Yeah, that's right. I like the fact that it's got a lock button too. So I tried it the other day when I had to lock the door after taking something out. So it's quite handy. Rear camera. So the camera system is there. Again, I'll talk about the resolution of it later on. Bridgestone tyres.
I think we missed the charge port.
19-inch, yeah, I'll come back around, sorry. Yeah, so you talked about the charge port earlier. So yes, the Nissan Leafs back in the day, Chademo, so that was the Japanese standard. The world has moved on, and luckily so has the Ariya, and it's got a CCS2 port with these clip covers as well. So that's good. I don't mind these ones actually, they're easy enough to come off.
Yeah, at least they don't have the long string. Yeah.
Thank goodness CCS2 is the de facto standard, not Chademo, I gotta say.
If you're wondering what Chademo is, it's like sometimes if you go to one of the older chargers around Australia, you'll see this weird looking plug.
Yeah.
That's Chademo.
That has to go, I'm sorry. Sorry Nissan Leaf owners, but we've moved on in 2025.
Is there a like Chademo to CCS2 converter or no? If you've got a Nissan Leaf, you're stuffed.
It's very expensive, I think, and it's kind of off label, I think, yeah.
We're sorry, or you Nissan Leaf early adopters out there.
For the greater good. So that's the Nissan Leaf. Nissan Leaf, that's the Nissan Ariya.
I'm sorry for bringing up the Leaf. But it was an iconic car because it was like the OG kind of like EV.
And that's the thing, right? Nissan back in the day, they brought one of the first few EVs to market in the Nissan Leaf. So we were expecting big things from Nissan. And the Ariya took so long to get here. It's, yeah, hopefully Nissan can keep up now. Yeah. As with all the other Japanese brands.
Yes.
Yep. All right, let's pop into the second row, but let's check the door sound, which I think is reasonable, as you'd expect from a Japanese car. Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to go wrong with a Japanese build.
No, that's right. So inside, I'll hop in the other side actually. So you'll see there is a powered sunshade which you can open up, and it's a proper sun roof because it can open up as well. Just open it up all the way. So good for winter, also good for summer because you can shut it. Yeah, the standard expectation, you know, map pockets, USB-C, heated seats, flat floor, all expected of a, you know, an EV these days, all good things. A little bit of hard plastic there, but soft touches in the spec at least, which is quite nice. Then you've got the armrest in the middle, as expected, nothing too fancy. And I think it was a 60-40 split. No Isofix anchors, I think, or is it hidden somewhere here? Yeah, okay. It's, oh, no, it's got this one, sorry, yeah, it does. Apologies.
Actually, they all do say
do.
it, so yeah, they are there.
It's not as obvious now, it's like Isofix, right, the big words in the later model cars. Okay, all right.
Stressed out, sleep-deprived parents.
Yeah, all good. You can hear that in the background.
I love my hooks.
Yeah, hooks and handles and things. All right, let's hop into the front. Okay, so on the passenger side, it's good to see seat memory, or even on the passenger side, which is good. You can lock the door on the passenger side.
That's actually unusual,
a little bit
isn't
different,
it?
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Power windows.
Is that just for the passenger door or for everybody, I wonder? Because normally the passenger can't control everyone.
It's
might
maybe
just
just
be
for
their
this
door.
side.
Yeah. We will have to test that.
That's right. And burst sound system, which I personally think is quite good.
Yeah, I give it a A-.
8 out of 10 for me. It's quite good. All right, I'll hop into the driver's side. Oh, and one more thing, powered seat controls too, down here. And I'll just show on my side, very similar. Also powered seat controls, but with a lumbar support control. And then the usual, you know, as expected, window controls and manual mirror controls too for the wing mirror. I know, easy. And then same seat memory function as well. And you've got this bronzy trim throughout, just to break up the blacks.
It reminds me of the Cupra.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. On this side, you've got a few extra buttons here as well. Head-up display, which you can control, and this lane keeping, lane centering function here too.
Is there anything in the front?
Oh, good question. Let's have a look. Let's come out and have a look. Nope. Nope, no frunk.
I mean, I guess a front wheel drive probably wouldn't.
Probably not, yep. That's the steering column controls, fairly standard, you know, usual cruise control and then media controls and then different menus here, which I'll walk through in a second.
Before you do that, I just want to test this.
Oh,
Does
go
this
ahead.
lock
Yes,
everybody?
go ahead.
I think that just sounded like my door.
Yeah, probably. I can still open mine.
Now, explain to me why I would only want to lock my door. But I guess that's if in case I accidentally unlock it and then I want to relock it. I
Yeah.
feel like this is kind of like yes, and this is the cancel.
True, true. Yeah, maybe a bit superfluous.
Yep,
Possibly.
that's all right.
Yeah,
Because why would I only want to lock my door?
don't know.
The only time I can think I would want to lock my door is if I accidentally unlocked it.
Leave your thoughts in the comments.
Anyway.
Right side indicate. So I think a lot of Japanese cars do that now. Right side indicate. which is
Wait a
good.
minute.
Yeah, Joy's still obsessed with the door lock function. on the
Because
passenger
look,
side.
even if I lock it, I think it's only locked from the outside, obviously, and I can still obviously unlock it from
Obviously,
the inside.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Moving right along. Auto rain sensing wipers on the left. What else? Manual vents. I like manual vents. Actual on-off button. And then you've got haptic buttons here for, what do you call it? HVAC. So just a light touch. Just turn
I have to say, I'm not really a fan of these kind of buttons because I'm never really sure how hard I should be pressing them.
Yeah, this is quite light touch. So I'm just literally just tapping it.
Okay, and I know that there's like an auditory cue there, that there's like a slight
Yeah.
like boop, boop.
Slight vibratory cue as well.
Is it?
Yeah. Have a.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, you do feel it under your fingers.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Okay. Let's have a look at the camera. So, as I said before, the resolution's not great. It's probably reflective of a 3-year-old vehicle now, but I think it's got the 360 view. I mean, you'd hope so, right?
I mean, this is kind of, I don't
There you go.
mind that top-down view. But you have to
Cycle.
keep pressing, you have to keep pressing camera to change it.
Yeah.
There's no,
Yeah.
like, quick way. Which you might think, well, it doesn't matter, there's no quick way. But, you know, if you're parking under pressure
Yeah.
and someone's waiting for you and getting annoyed, then you
Agreed.
kind of wish that there was a quick way.
Agree. Yeah. So that's reflective of an older car.
Yeah, and we're overlaying our Sydney experience onto this. So
Yeah.
if you live somewhere where you don't get stressed by other people, or you're just not stressed by other
Yeah.
people's reactions, then you'll be fine.
I just noticed this actually. Look, media, like, you know, skipping tracks and things. This, I don't obviously see that on the driver's side, but I'm just panning across now, just for the passenger. And you can turn the volume up and down too from here. And just going back down here, this is quite nice actually. This bit here
Very,
you can
very
move
flat.
across.
Yeah.
There's no storage, so I probably prefer a bit more storage personally. I don't think I need to move across the front like that. That's not something I would prefer, but that might be something you want.
I reckon they should design the car so that like you can have something that like slides out like this or
Yeah.
goes back, and then that way you've got the best of both worlds.
Although you can move this forward
A little.
a little, that's
Okay.
it, and then you can
Yeah.
move that all the way back if you want. So, yeah, I agree with you. I think it'd be better to have some storage and more sort of storage up here too.
I mean, this is the perfect area to put takeaway.
Yeah,
Like, but you can't put it here at the moment because
yeah, it slides.
it
It's
would
dangerous.
slide
Yeah.
if any time you made a turn.
Even my work bag I have here does slide, so I have to move it more that way, just in case. So, so that, by the way, is an interior light. So that, and here lights up at night, which is quite nice. USB A and C down here. Tiny bit of storage here.
What is this? I feel like it looks
I
like
don't know what that
it's
is.
it's just part of the design, but I feel like
Design.
it's a flap that can open.
Yep, 12 volt. Just thought I'd point out my little sushi Is it nori or sushi? No, nori is seaweed, right? Nigiri?
Yeah.
Sushi. What's the official word?
No, I forgot.
Now we're stuck.
Someone will write in the comments.
Yes, I'm sure someone will. Drive modes, wireless charging in here, by the way, just lift up this.
Am I sitting on my phone? I'll look it up.
There's not a lot of storage in here, there's a tiny bit there. Wireless charger.
A vinegared rice topped with a slice of fish.
Okay, so Joy's looked it up. AI says it's nigiri, which is my second guess.
Isn't that what you said?
Second guess. I said nori, which is seaweed, then nigiri.
Okay. Yep.
So gear stick, as I said here, D and B, which is very European. B for extra regen, I think. And then there's one pedal, E pedal, which I thought always was one pedal, but it's not. It's just very strong regen. And the different drive modes here. Okay, so here we are with software. So this is where I think the car is let down, just with the older software system, right? It is what it is. And you need to know this when you buy this car. So the Chinese have moved on. They've got quite good software these days, as does Tesla, but this vehicle's just looking a little bit dated, unfortunately. You can see how old that map's looking now. Even though the info is there, it's just UX is not as good.
Is the info there though? I mean,
Well,
I don't know how useful that is.
Driving range,
currently as a
yeah.
map looking like. Well, okay, I suppose.
Yeah, you're right. Though it's not, the detail is not there. Even if you zoom in, I guess, which is very slow. Can you? Oh, okay. Just gotta wait. Okay. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Easy
I
does it.
imagine this would have been cool about 10 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. I mean, I just use phone projection, Apple CarPlay, Android wireless, phone projection wireless. So yeah, I didn't even play with it this week. And the energy usage is fairly handy. I find this one more useful here. Although my seatbelt's off, so I can't show you. So let me put our seatbelts on, and we can play with the instrument cluster screen. There is a head-up display as well. So there you can customize what you want to see. Speedo, posted speed sign. So here's the efficiency. So we do harp on about efficiency on this channel, and it's important. Just watch our video on efficiency, on why that will save you money. So in this all-drive version...
Why it may save you money.
It may, yes, depending where you charge. Since charge, so since 100%, it's driven 157 kilometers, 17.8 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. So for an 80 odd kilowatt hour battery, you'll see the estimated range in the screen right now after I work it out. And even long term, I think 17.3. So not too bad. It's sort of mid between 16 to 20s where we say our range is for mid-size SUVs. So okay, reasonable for a car this size. And then you can set other things on the menu as well. So you can lots of things to play with. I won't go through it all right now, but yeah, you can customize what you want to look at. Again, the info's there. It's
just an older display style.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to quote Star Wars again.
Go quote Star Wars.
It's an older code, but it checks out.
It does. It's older display, but it checks out. Star Wars and Simpsons. Learning about life. Yeah. So there you go. All the stuff is there if you want it. Okay. Alrighty. Well, that's pretty much a walkthrough of the Nissan Ariya, and sunglass holder.
Yay.
That's a nice touch.
Yes.
That's a nice touch.
Yes.
I like it.
I do feel like the Chinese brands need to put that in.
Yeah.
I think only the MG has it.
Yeah. Yeah. Our MG's got it now. It's good. Any other thoughts on the inside before we go for a drive and test it?
No, I mean, yeah, it's okay. That's the thing. It's kind of like, and I think I've said this for a lot of the other non-Chinese cars, is that it would be like, it would be amazing if it wasn't for the fact that you knew Chinese cars existed. So I think the main kind of like appeal of this car is that it's not a Chinese car, isn't it?
So.
So
Yeah.
it's like if you...
And
if
not
you,
a Tesla as well.
Okay, not a Tesla and not a Chinese car.
Yep.
So if for whatever reason you just really don't want like a Chinese car, then yes, look, there are options, which is great. You don't have to get a Chinese car. There are Korean options, there are Japanese options, there are European options.
Yep.
So it's great that there's, lots more options coming into the market now than there used to be. We're such a small country, and I just think it's so nice that
Good choice.
that people still bother bringing their cars to Australia. So thank you for still bringing your cars to Australia.
But Nissan have just updated their car to 2026. So again, we wait for the next one. I guess we'll talk about that in our summary. Yep. All right, let's go for a quick drive and see how this goes. Alrighty, so we're going to go for a quick drive in Sydney now, just to give you an option for the e-Force or the all-wheel drive variant. These are the extra features that you get. So drive mode selector, you can choose snow, 20-inch alloy wheels, you get blue Napa leather seat trim, and you get an intelligent rear view mirror, which is the digital mirror. This car's just got the standard mirror. Matrix LED headlights with adaptive high beam, and you get power heated wing mirrors and also power steering wheel adjustment as well, and memory function. So we're going to take a left here into Chatswood. Yeah, whereas this car's just got just a manual steering wheel adjust. So they're the extras you get with the all-wheel drive variant. Of course, the extra motor as well to give you a bit of a zippier acceleration. But you do pay the price with the efficiency, of course, with the extra motor. Alright, so Joy's driven the all-wheel drive as well last week. So she's going to give her thoughts in the rear drive? No, sorry, front-wheel drive. Yes, front-wheel drive. Apologise. Right now. And I've been driving it all week, and I can tell you, unfortunately, there is a bit of torque steering with front-wheel drive if you accelerate quickly out of a curve. And even if you accelerate quickly on a straight, it does tend to warp a little bit when you drive. I thought I'd better explain each time we do a front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive comparison. There's a lot of torque going through an EV motor, goes straight through here. So with front-wheel drive, a lot of torque occurs through the front wheels.
That's T-O-R-Q-U-E.
T-O-R-Q-E.
Not T-A-L-K.
Yeah, so when you turn with that torque, then you do get a bit of a wobble, a bit of a warp. Sometimes when you go quickly as well on a straight. Whereas rear-wheel drive, we find it tends to happen less.
Just from my experience of it, it's just that I feel like the back kind of like gives out, which I know it's not actually giving out, but it just feels that way. Like I feel like I have to kind of catch and steady the car before I accelerate. So that's just what it feels like as a driver, for me anyway.
And look, if you don't accelerate quickly, then it's not a problem, right? So if you can live with that, then you know what, it doesn't matter, front-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive. It's just that Sydney, sometimes you do have to go a bit faster to get out of a tight turn, so that's why we prefer rear-wheel drive. So just to clarify that.
Yeah, I mean, depending on where you live, it may not be an issue.
And some cars have a software limiting of the acceleration curve, so you don't feel it as much in cars like the Kias tend to do it, the Hyundais tend to do it as well. They do torque vectoring quite well. Tends to control that acceleration curve, so it's sort of a more linear acceleration. But the uncontrolled ones, you definitely do feel front-wheel drive torque.
That being said, I haven't really tested it yet, so I can't comment on it yet. Not in this, like I haven't driven in this one yet. Honestly, there was even a bit of a wibble in the all-wheel drive version.
That tends to be, we found out last week, it's more front-wheel drive bias. Obviously it's built off the front-wheel drive platform, which is what this is. And to be fair, look, you've got to push it a bit, right? Like if you're just driving slowly again, it doesn't matter. So.
Yeah, like it was nice, good weather for the all-wheel drive one, and I think in the rain and in the wet, that's when you really do notice these things. But yeah, on a day like today, it's probably not as noticeable whether you're in an all-wheel drive or a front-wheel drive.
I keep forgetting this is actually not a mid-size SUV, it's actually smaller, 4.5. We're talking like Atto 3, Hyundai Kona kind of size rather than the Model Y, BYD Line 7.
It feels smaller to me though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, I forget, because I actually feel the opposite. I feel like it's quite a bulky car. But then I remember, oh wait, it's 4.5, not 4.7.
And this is where it's so weird because I have the exact opposite feeling. Like
weird, right?
it definitely feels smaller to me. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe it's the interior throwing me off. It feels quite bulky. The opposite for you, right?
Yes, I feel like I'm in a compact car.
How weird. Perception versus reality.
Yep.
So weird.
Yeah, there you go. So
yeah, so yeah, it's not a lot of Japanese EVs out there in Australia. You've got the Toyota BZ4X, Subaru Solterra, which is essentially the same car. And then you got this Nissan Ariya, and then Nissan Leaf, of course, which is a few generations old now. So not a lot of Japanese EV choice there. Obviously, doubling down on hybrids, especially Toyota. So curious to see where Japan takes EVs in the next few years. Obviously, Korea, they're doing a lot of EVs. Hyundai's, Kia's. Obviously, Chinese, that's where everything's going, EV. So, yeah. Really want a Japanese EV? Here it is. Nissan Ariya. Even though this is a few years old, that we keep saying. The new one's coming. Don't know when. The thing is, right, is buying a Japanese brand like Nissan the right thing to do, or more reliable compared to, say, a new Chinese startup brand, right? That's the question. That's what the dilemma people face. Knowing Nissan's been in the country a long time.
I have to say, for the route that I've driven so far, apart from the fact that it is obviously slightly slower off the mark, there isn't really a massive difference between all-wheel drive and front-wheel drive.
You're not accelerating much though, are you?
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
But this is, I mean, I'm curving a little bit.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, obviously all-wheel drive is punchier off the line. Real traffic light beater.
But I remember commenting in the all-wheel drive that it felt kind of like quite sturdy once I was going. And honestly, this actually feels pretty sturdy too. I guess I'm in sport mode and the steering wheel is really nice and tight. So that's probably what's making me like it, even though, yeah, it's pretty fine.
You would hope Nissan, having been in Australia a long time, they would know how to tune the suspension correctly for our roads, and the drive quality and the ride, steering, all those things.
So definitely on a dry road.
Yeah, overall I think it's honestly quite a good package, the Nissan Ariya. Keeping in mind we've got the third best variant, the Advanced Plus.
But still, I mean, it's front wheel drive. Normally, because now I know I'm like, oh, front wheel drive, right? I'm not gonna like it in turns. But honestly, so far this one, to be fair, I haven't really made many. I've got one coming up onto the motorway, isn't it?
Yep.
That will be a good test, actually, because that's pretty much exactly, turning into accelerating. That's the sort of key weakness of front wheel drive, isn't it?
Yep. But you're driving exactly how someone with front wheel drive should be driving. Not too fast. Just nice steady acceleration at the moment. And it won't make a difference.
So yeah, another reason to get this car is that if you like your indicator on the right,
Good point.
if that's what you're used to.
Right
Sign I already go here, isn't it?
Yeah, I must admit the right-left indicator's position affects people a lot more than I thought it would. But yeah, there's some people who are really quite against having a left-hand side indicator for Australian cars. Interesting. Whereas a lot of the European brands, when they come to Australia, they leave it on the left-hand side. And the Chinese are doing the same. Left-hand drive indicate. Here we go.
Okay, here's a good test. Yeah.
Felt that? Yeah, I felt that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Slight wobble. Okay, so this, I like the stretch of the M2 because you can see and feel the corrugations in the road. Those cars that aren't insulated well, you can definitely feel the rubber.
Honestly though, I reckon of the front wheel drives that we've been in, this is probably the best one.
Yeah,
Like I'm gonna call it and say I think of all the front wheel drives, this is the best one.
well, I think. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's actually minimal. They're like, you know, what I call the wibble.
Okay, it's probably one of the better ones that aren't controlled by software. Right, the ones that are controlled by software, it's just like a slow acceleration, so you don't really feel it. Alrighty, everyone. Well, that's it. Our review of the Nissan Ariya, in particular the Advanced Plus, which we're sitting in right now. Front-wheel drive away from 68,977, and then the all-wheel drive E-Force is 77,377. So
Significantly more, isn't it, for the top spec?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. So I guess we should probably talk a little bit about the Ariya, where it sits in the current Australian market.
Certainly one of the more expensive options for this size car.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Particularly because there's so much variety now. Definitely from China and obviously Tesla themselves as well with the Tesla Model Y. We should look at the Model Y pricing. So 64,120 in New South Wales drive away for the rear-wheel drive variant. So kind of like for like. Smaller battery, but more efficient. So probably similar range, whereas the Ariya here is NMC battery. So you can only charge to 80 to 90% most days to keep the longevity of the battery, whereas Model Y can charge to 100% being LFP. As with a lot of the Chinese brands too, because a lot of them are LFP batteries as well.
Yep, and you might think, well, does the efficiency matter? It really depends on how much range you want and what's the price that you charge. How cheap can you get your electricity? If you can get cheap electricity, it's almost negligible, the efficiency of the car. But if you have to pay for like a fast charger, then that's when it will start to add up.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, look, I guess for me, the big question is, okay, first of all, as I said, it's a good package, the Ariya. It drives well. The tech is a bit behind, sure, a few years behind, but a lot of the mod cons are there anyway. It's just, looking a bit dated. The new one is coming. This is the thing. If you really want a Nissan, do you buy one now, or do you wait possibly 12 months for the new one? I think I'd probably personally just wait and see what the new mid-cycle refresh is about. I'd definitely take a good look at the other cars in the market at the moment. Definitely Tesla, definitely Xpeng, definitely Zeekr, 7X, a lot of options, BYD C-Line 7.
Well, the other thing is that if you don't mind front-wheel drive, go check out the Geely, which is like, going to be, 60-70% of the price of this?
Yeah, 44,192 from base variant drive away, so $20,000 less.
That's a lot of money.
Big saving, and a slightly bigger car as well. So,
which you may not want. Yep.
Yeah, which you may not want. But there's so many options, that's the thing. I just hope with the refresh that Nissan brings in a year's time, that'll be more compelling, just to compete in the market. Yeah. I
think the price is comparable to the Korean cars in the market, would you say?
Yeah. Yeah, probably. Maybe possibly even better value, maybe, compared to the Ioniq 5. Although the Ioniq 6 has got some discounts at the moment. Kona's not bad though. Yeah.
But that's the thing.
Point.
Like we're in a place now where the Japanese and the Korean brands have a price premium on them.
They do.
Yep.
They do.
Yep.
If you believe that legacy aspect of their brands is worth an extra, 10, 15, 20% on top of the Chinese brands? That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Actually, the last thing we need to do now is test it at a Tesla Supercharger. We haven't done that yet, so I think on the way back we will make sure it works at a Tesla Supercharger V4. So let's do that right now. All right, so good news, everyone. We're in Chatswood, V4 Tesla Supercharger station, and looks like the Ariya is charging.
That's on
as
the
we
app.
speak. Yep, on the Tesla app.
What does it show in the actual car?
Let's push it. It did take us a while to handshake, admittedly, but we got there. Let's see what the screen shows. Right, it says can't start, charging plug connected, but it's definitely charging.
But that's the thing, like, where do you see it on the display?
Yeah.
It would
well,
be nice to
maybe
be able to
it's
see it.
yeah, one of these options here, maybe. Okay, maybe it's like here. Let's have a look. Let's have a look.
I feel like with a lot of the other cars, like, it'll just tell you, like, the car is charging.
Yeah, something's going on. It's, I don't know. Anyway, it's getting 80 kilowatts at 60%. That's good, I guess, to be able to charge at a Tesla Supercharger.
Okay,
I mean, charge time.
Something.
Yeah. It's clearly connected and still charging.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
But that's really interesting. This is probably the least informative interface I've ever seen for a car charging, unless it's just us.
Yeah, it might be just us.
Yeah.
Look, I'm happy to take the benefit of the doubt, but still, should be nice if, let me see. We can roll this
But
up.
that's the thing, it shouldn't be this hard.
No. It shouldn't be. Sorry, Nissan fans, we are trying. We are trying very hard here. We are trying. This would be nice to have some information as to what's going on.
That graph on the right isn't even like flashing or
Yeah.
green or anything to indicate that that's actually... I mean, the number in the time that we've been here has gone from like 60 to 63, but that's really the only indicator.
Yeah, anyway.
Okay, well, at least it works.
It works.
Yeah.
At least you got the app, the Tesla app still to show you what's going on. Alright, let's stop charging. That's enough.